Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christian with PerfectStockAlert.com, a 100% free service for smart investors and traders. All we ask in return, please refer a friend, or I'll hit you in the face with a brick. What? I can't say that? Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christian. Today we're going to be looking at a head and shoulders reversal pattern. I want to show you guys how to spot it and what it takes to basically create it. The first thing to note about a head and shoulders reversal pattern is that it's a reversal pattern. It's a sell signal, and it only forms after an uptrend. It has to be an uptrend before these things develop. Typically 3 to 6 months would be the uptrend's duration before you actually saw this thing. So if you're looking at a chart that's in a downtrend and you think you see a head and shoulders reversal pattern, that would not be accurate. It has to be in an uptrend. Okay, so what we have here is low point here, trending higher. Whoops, hang on. Trending higher. This is in an uptrend, okay? Then we have the formation of the head and shoulders reversal. Let me clear this up. The head and shoulders pattern just looks like the name implies. The first move to the first peak creates the left shoulder. The next move makes a higher peak, higher than the previous. Okay, the previous was at 1344 in this case, and then we got to 1370. And that's the formation of the head, pulls back down, and then makes another move back up, forming what would be the right shoulder. Typically, you're going to see the right shoulder and the left shoulder going to about the same height. It doesn't have to be, to the exact penny, but symmetrical. It doesn't have to be that way, but it typically is. All right, so that's the formation right there. You have the left shoulder formation, the move higher, forming the head formation, rolls back over, then the move again, trying to form another breakout, but it can't go higher, and it pulls back down, forms the formation of the right shoulder. This is the head and shoulders formation, and it can be confirmed with the volume. Okay, what we'll see here is this move to the upside here when we formed this first shoulder here had better volume on it than the volume behind the formation of the head. Notice that volume drops off as you're actually moving lower here on the volume side. That's confirmation that you're seeing a topping pattern here because price is going higher than buy pressure is able to support. You're actually seeing a false move. Anytime you see a rally with low volume, you want to be cautious, and that's exactly what you're seeing there with a formation of the head in the head and shoulders pattern. On the way back down here on the sell-off of the head, you'd like to see volume start to increase. You did see that here ever so slightly, and then on the end of the right shoulder when it actually breaks down, we'll show you the trend line in a moment, but when it breaks down right here, you want to see really good volume there. That's even more confirmation, okay? So in this particular case, the volume was right behind it. It won't always be there, but in most cases, you want volume confirming that. And you can get this from looking at many different things on balance volume, just a simple volume indicator, or many different other tools that might be out there analyzing volume, but you want volume to confirm any price move. That's always important to you, okay? The neckline of the head and shoulders pattern, as you probably heard people talk about, let's draw this out again. You've got the first shoulder formation, the head which goes higher, and then the second shoulder formation. Whenever you're looking at this, people talk about the neckline. You want to look at the two low points, starting at the end of the left shoulder formation and the start of the head formation, and the low point at the end of the head formation and the start of the right shoulder. Those 2 points, you can draw a trend line across those, and they will be what's called the neckline, okay? There's many different things about this neckline that we want to talk about here. So first thing we want to note that the neckline trend can be exactly horizontal, it can be slightly sloping up, it can be slightly sloping down. The school of thought here is that the trend tells you how bearish the move is going to be. For example, if the neckline were to slope down in this nature, it'd be much more bearish than the one we're currently looking at right now. Okay, and it could have been more bullish looking than more of an uptrend like that. Many different ways, but the thing to note about it is the direction it's pointing tells you about how bearish it really is. Okay. One more item to note about the neckline and the peak of the head. Where's that at? Okay, if you were to draw a straight line from the peak of the head right up here, all right, at 1370, down to the neckline right here, just draw a straight line from there. That gives you the projected distance from the breakout point right here to the low point here. Remember, it's just a target. It's not going to be exact to the penny, but it gives you an idea of how far to see that or expect that low to go. And in this particular case, you want a little bit lower, especially way over here. But like I said, it's just a target, and it gives you some idea of what to expect. It's also quite common to see price activity bounce back up to the neckline like we saw here, and that is just a test of this that once was acting, the neckline that was once acting as support. You had price activity bouncing off of that. That was called support. Now you have it coming up and ricocheting off of that. It's acting as resistance. That's quite common in a head and shoulders pattern, okay? Please take a moment to review our disclaimer. The information provided herein is our opinion only. Under no circumstances do any statements here represent a recommendation to buy or sell securities or make any kind of an investment. You are responsible for your own due diligence. To summarize, we do not provide investment advice, nor do we make any claims or promises that any information here will lead to a profit, loss, or any other result. These videos are for educational purposes only.